Let me see your hand well, I can see my hand. Never mind. I see how I am. All right. So we're going to start with getting her nails that she's got on now. I've already removed the previous product. We've got I left about 70% of her previous gel, her hard gel, on her nails. These are her nails. These are her actual nails, just overlaid with some hard gel. And then we're going to rebalance these, but I still need to get my cuticles. And we just need to kind of reshape these up a little bit. So I'm going to start doing that now. I'm just going to push back my cuticles very, very gently. And also anything along this side that needs to be pushed back. Any skin or any cuticle growth that's coming along. There we go. We'll get that pushed back. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Ours has still been a little crazy. We have had more puppy medical drama stuff, so that's kind of how ours has been. It was a real busy weekend. We were going back and forth to the animal hospital. Joy. Spending a ton of money, as we do. I'm ready, though, to sit down and do some pretty nails today, so that's what we're going to do. The plan is to do a glitter press after we get her nails looking beautiful and very pretty naturally, right, with our gel. Then we're going to go in with beautiful nail art. So that is our plan. I'm going to go in real quick with my sanding band, and we're going to prep the shiny nail part that is left behind here. And we're also going to get as close to the cuticle as we can, but then we'll go back in with a cuticle detailer and get a little bit closer, okay? If you guys have any questions in the chat, just throw those questions our way and we'll get them answered for you. Remember to hit the like and subscribe. That always helps the channel to grow and get out to more people. And you can also always share it on your social media sites. That would be good. If there's anything that you guys ever want to go over or that you want somebody to go over, holler at me and I'd be happy to do that. I've got my e-file set at 7,000 RPMs. And I'm going to go ahead and start removing the shine. Let me know if everybody can see okay, or if you need me to zoom in closer. I'm just really going along that new growth. By the way, you are watching Tosharaenailed, and I am Tosha Rae. Jandy is in the chair today for her 3-week refill on this set. So she's got quite a bit of grow out. I don't have my dust extractor on yet. Let me get that on, pop it on real quick. I'm being real gentle, not to remove too much other than just that shine, and just kind of prepare that natural nail to accept the new gel that's going to be coming on. The part that already has gel on it, we removed the previous product. It still has that hard gel on there, and it's going to take the gel just fine, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to do a beautiful design today. We're going to do glitter press, and we're also going to do some chrome. So I cannot wait. I just got to make these pretty first. We are going to rebuild this thumb, but that'll be an easy rebuild. I'm going to get my cuticle. Let's see, where are you, cuticle bit? Here you are. Here you are, swimming in the disinfectant here. Alrighty, let's get our cuticle bit on, which looks like this. And I'm going to put my speed at 6,000 RPM, so just a little bit less, because I want to be kind of gentle. And relax your thumb, Jandy. Okay, there you go. I'm just going right up next to that cuticle, getting anything that's still kind of hanging on here. If there's anything that you quite can't get, like there's this little stubborn piece right here hanging on, we're going to come back to that in a minute, okay? So just leave it. Don't let it interrupt your flow. Pull that skin back. If there's any gel that is a much lighter color, it's probably because it's starting to lift and you want to go ahead and get that off, get that removed. I thought I did a pretty good job of it though when I was removing her color here. I might hit this just a little bit more. There we go. Can you guys see okay? You need me to zoom in anymore? Just let me know. Okay, that looks good. Get this right up against that cuticle. Can you believe her nails look so pretty? Her natural nails, like with everything off of them, you know? Well, I mean, I left like about 70% of the gel, 60. No, I'd say 60% of the gel we left, but because it's still in good shape, so we're going to leave it just like that. All right, I'm just going to take a little baby wipe and clean this dust off so I can really take a look at everything. So we can take a look at everything, I should say. There we go. Let's get your thumb. All right, now let's go back and get this little stubborn. Let me zoom in. Okay. You see that little stubborn right there? Go in with my little scissors. I'm trying to stay out of y'all's way, but also get close enough to see. Okay. We're going to get her skin after we lay down our gel, and it looks really, really nice. But if there's any of those little stubborns hanging on at the cuticle area, I want to go ahead and nip those off and out of the way. This one looks like... I bet you we're going to be able to get this better with our next bit after we lay down the product, but that's pretty good. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and dehydrate her nails. Get that loud thing out the way. All right, Jandy, let me get my dehydrator here. And for dehydrator, I'm just going to use my Young Nail Swipe, which I love. Going to get a little bit on my towelette. And this is going to dehydrate that nail real nice for us. And if you don't have a dehydrator, you can also use alcohol. That would work. I used alcohol like all through nail school. Okay, so we have got that done. All right, on to the next. Now we want to lay down what we would call like the primer time, primer time. It's prime time for primer time. All right, we're going to go in with our Young Nails Protein Bond, which is going to work like our primer. And you've noticed, of course, I have not shaped these nails at all because we're really going to keep the length. And I'm just going to wait and shape it after we get the product laid down. And I'm just getting this all over her nail. I only use one coat of my Protein Bond just because I don't have any clients that have any problems with lifting with the one coat of Protein Bond. But if you do have, if yourself or if you've got a client that has problems with lifting, it's recommended that you go around twice with this, okay? But luckily, I don't have a problem with the want. Do we have anybody new in the chat, Jandy? You probably recognize a lot of names in there.
Angel. Maddie says hi, I'm new here.
Hey, Angel and Maddie. All right. If you're new, thank you so much for popping in, and I hope you enjoy what we're going to do today. Should be a lot of fun. All right, next up, I'm going to go in with my apricot blossom, and we're going to do the nails we've got set up here. Oh, actually, you know what? Since we have to build our thumb, let's build our thumb first, because then we can just go around with that apricot blossom. And the apricot blossom, it is in, let me tell you, it's number 4. It's by a company called Kazen. It's actually Kazen. It's by Zerno.
Maddie just started to watch and subscribe to your channel.
Oh, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate it.
Angel said same.
Oh, awesome, Angel. Thank you. All right, I've got my little form so we can rebuild her thumb. I'm just going to pinch right here at the tip. Well, it's supposed to stay. Pinch right here at the tip. Kind of get that side married up. And then let me see your thumb, Jandy. If you'll bring it. There you go. I'm just going to slide this right up underneath her nail. And then I want to look at it from the side as well and just make sure it looks straight. It does. So I'm just going to hold this here and we're going to pinch it. Make sure it's down the center and it's looking good. I'm going to grab one more little baby wipe so I can keep my fingers clean. It always helps to have the baby wipes around so that way if you get sticky or they get sticky, it can just be a quick wipe and you're done. Okay. I'm going to build with my peach. So I'm going to go in. This is a peach that I created using, it's using Young Nails. And I put half Build Pink Synergy Gel and half peach. So they look like this. They're applicators. This is the Build Pink. It's kind of a clear. And then the peach, of course, peach, I put half and half, so 50 of each. And that created this color. This is a hard gel. We're going to use the hard gel to kind of lay down our foundation because the builder gel that we're going to be using is not quite, it's not a hard gel. It's more of a soft gel, but it's on the harder side. Okay, I'm just going to hold her thumb here. Going to get a little bit of that on my brush so we can lay down a wet layer. I've been doing nails for 2 years as a licensed nail tech. But I did spend the year before that, of course, in school here in Dallas, Texas. School was a lot of fun, but we didn't learn a whole lot. So I did most of my learning on YouTube, believe it or not. And I've taken some courses, you know, that some YouTubers have taught. And that taught me a little bit as well. But most of it I gained from the very kind people who went ahead and started a YouTube channel and taught us. So if I can do it that way, I know you can do it that way. And that's why I decided to be sure and kind of give back because I know how much I appreciated it. We're going to build our extension. I'm going to get a little bit more gel on my brush here to build this extension. That's why I always welcome to any questions that you have. I've been there and I always appreciated it when somebody took the time to spend with me. And I want to do the same. So feel free to you can always, if you don't want to ask on a live, you can always email me or hit me up in DMs or just leave a note in the comments, either way. All right.
He says, what kind of nail polish do you use?
Like regular, like gel polish nail polish or like lacquer nail polish? Because it'd be a different brand for each of those. Just let me know.
For both.
Oh, for both? For regular polish, I like Manicurist. You can get that on Amazon. And also, I love Dazzle Dry. Dazzle Dry is a little bit more expensive. So that was something I kind of moved to later. Go ahead and nuke that, Jandy. This is a little bit pricier, but I love Manicurist. I think they have beautiful colors. Essie, I like a lot. One of my favorites that doesn't get anywhere near enough attention is LA Colors. Love LA Colors. And I think they're like around here, it's like $2, maybe $3 at the dollar store, or I get them sometimes from Daiso because Daiso has a pretty good collection of it. But I love it. They're beautiful colors and they hold up well. I haven't had any problem with them whatsoever. I'm not sure why they're so cheap, but I like them. So they do the job.
Do you have a nail business?
I do. I do. It's under Tosharaenailed, and I'm here in Dallas, Texas. And I run a little mini salon out of my home. And that's what I've done since I graduated nail school, is just work from home. I don't have a ton of clients. I kind of do this more part-time. And I try to film most of my clients. I do have a few clients that don't like to be filmed, but if they'll let me film, I'm going to film it. Oh my goodness, I've got a dog crying. Rascal. I have got a sad puppy crying in the background. So sad, y'all. Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking, isn't it, Jandy? Oh my Lord, Rascal. I don't know if y'all can hear him. It's the saddest cry I've ever heard in my life. Oh my gosh. He's the one that's been having some health problems lately. And this is kind of sad, y'all. I don't mean to like make you sad, but he lost his eyesight like 3 weeks ago. Just all of a sudden, he got an infection. And that's what happened. And so we're dealing with that. Okay, and the nuker Jandy. He's had some other problems come up though too since then, of course, and we were doing all this testing and then it's like, well, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong. So he's on like 8 different medications. I'm carrying him around everywhere. Today, I finally took, this time for myself and I said, I'm going to do something nail wise because I miss it and I miss, I love my time here live and it's kind of our chance to play a little bit and do something creative and get a little bit of a break from the stress and stuff. And now he's hollering. So, oh Lord. Poor thing. He breaks my heart, y'all. I got him a baby bed though coming on Thursday. Jandy's in the nuker right now, by the way. I've got a nail, like a baby bed, puppy bed thing coming on Thursday so I can set him up next to my nail desk and hopefully he'll be happy with that. Okay, so she's got this on here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. It's not shaped like we need it, but that's okay. We're going to work with it. All right, I'm going to come back over here. We're going to start with her pinky because that's kind of where I like to start. I've got my gel and I'm going to dip in here. And again, we're going to do that wet layer first. This usually goes pretty fast, by the way. Before you know it, we'll be at the nail art, which I can't wait for. That's like one of my favorite parts. Not that I don't like doing this part because I really do. I love sculpting. So it's a lot of fun. I'm just avoiding her skin, but I want to get it all over that nail that I want our gel to run to. And then I'm just pulling off some of that product. I'll wrap it kind of around that tip. Let me grab something else real quick, Jandy. I'm going to grab a little tile here. Just if I feel like I need to wipe some of the bulk off my brush, or if I get a hair on my brush or anything like that, I can just wipe it off. I'm going to get a bigger dollop, not huge. And I'm going to put it right here, kind of where We want the apex to set and be strong. And then I'm going to pillow it lightly at the back and bring this down. I'm staying right on top of the barrel of that nail. If I need to get some more, which I do, just a little bit more, well, more than that, I'm just going to get a tiny bit more. I'm going to put it right back where I put my bead down before, and then come back towards the front, point her finger down a little bit, and we're going to pull this product. When I get to the tip here, I don't need it thick at the tip, so all right. Then I'm going to come down this side. Very, very lightly, I'm going to touch that gel, and I'm just going to bring it down that side. And we're going to shape these with my e-file anyway after we're done laying it down, so I don't have to be perfect laying it down. But I do always try to be as perfect as I can get it, just so that way it's easier for me. Okay, Jandy and the nuker with that one, just for like 10 seconds. How's your week been going, Jandy?
Busy.
Busy, I know it, right? Jandy's been doing a lot of working. Okay, let me see you. So this nail that we just finished, this is set. It's not going to run anywhere. It's not fully cured, but it's not going to go anywhere since we cured it underneath that light for 10 seconds. And I'm going to come over here. We're going to work on this one. So just get my slip layer on. And slip layer is kind of like a base layer. Well, it is kind of like, well, yeah, it's your base layer, basically. Okay, I'm going to get that bigger dollop of gel. This is a bigger finger, so I got a little bit more. Point it down. Roll it around right on the top. It'll kind of kick off that bead. And then what it also is doing is kind of warming up that gel so that way it's a little bit easier to move around.
Brett Salazar sent a butterfly.
Thank you, Brett Salazar. I appreciate the butterfly. That's so sweet. I love that. I love the little things that they give you on here to share out. I tried to share one out today. I got on a live, and I know I have some in there to share out, and I went to share one out, and it wouldn't let me. I don't know why, but it's giving me a hard time. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more. Point my finger down. And you could notice I'm not going all the way to my side because I find that it's easier for me just to stay right on top of that barrel of the nail. And I'll show you on the next finger what I mean by the barrel if you're confused here. I'll show you. Now we're at the tip, so I don't need to pull too much because we don't need it to be real thick. Okay. I'm going to come over. I do actually want it a little bit more on the tip. Hold on. Jandy's got some nails that grow, well, all of her nails grow downwards, like at the tip. So sometimes I do need a little bit more at the tip. This is one of those times. Okay. All right, now I'm going to turn her over, pull this down. And if you notice, I'm not bringing it all the way to the very edge of the sidewall. We already got that part with our base. So I'm just kind of bringing it right above where the sidewall ends. Because that base layer is going to be enough to protect that sidewall, okay? I actually do want a little bit more still at the tip because her finger's tipping down. I'll show you. Probably the next finger is going to be worse than this one, so I'll show you before we even get started what I'm seeing. and why I'm adding a little bit more on her tip. Okay, and the nuclear Jandy, 10 seconds. You were in a car crash? Oh no. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I do stilettos sometimes, by the way. Keen, I do. Not very often because none of my clients wear like really long stilettos. I don't have any clients that wear really long stilettos, and I don't either. As you can tell, I like to keep my nails actually short. Sometimes I'll do my nails long, but if I do, they only stay long for like a second because I do a lot with the animals and stuff around here, and I can't be having the long nails. But I love them. I adore them. If it were up to me, I would be wearing stilettos every single day if I didn't have to do stuff. Let me see your hand, Jandy. But because I have to do stuff, can't do that. Actually, that one's not that bad. Okay, this one they can tell. Okay, do you see how her nail kind of points, it grows downwards a little bit more? Trying to see, this one's not that, it's not as bad, but you can kind of tell it dips down when it grows out. So that's what I'm kind of fixing, and that's why on this one, I went ahead and lifted it up a little bit. So I added more product right in through here. Just to kind of make it, that way we can make it look real natural when we go to shape it with our e-file. Okay, I'm just good. Now this layer, like I said, is going all the way over to that sidewall, right? Like it's not cutting off just before, it's going all the way. And it's going all the way at the back as I can get it. And I'm just kind of scrubbing that product in because I don't really like this layer to be real thick, but I do want it to help guide the gel that we're going to put down. So I like it to be everywhere on that nail that we're going to want it. Okay, this is a bigger finger, so I'm going to get a bigger dollop. Okay. Let's see if I grabbed a big enough dollop. I'm not sure. Probably not. We're going to find out. I bet you I didn't. I'm going to go ahead and grab more right now. Okay, I grabbed just a little bit more. Put this here. Okay, now I'm going to pillow it. Move it to this side and pillow it. Move it over here and pillow it. Oh, I was going to say, I have been in several car accidents before. And that's just absolutely horrible. It's so painful, and I feel like it gets more painful each day, you know, as you're kind of healing from it. It hurts.
It was a little one, but it hurts.
Yeah, it hurts, right? It's surprising how much it hurts. I know. Because, yeah, my accidents, I don't think, I had one that could have been pretty bad, but the other ones were kind of little. But and the one, y'all, listen. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you something that you probably don't know, because I didn't know this either until it happened. I'm gonna tell you. I'm about to shock you. So when I was in my really bad car accident, it was probably, gosh, like 15 years ago now. I got hit from the side, so they like T-boned me, is what it's called. So I got T-boned, and they were probably traveling like 50 miles an hour. I was maybe going like 20 miles an hour. So they hit me pretty hard. And when they did, somehow it caused me to bite my tongue off. Like I bit like the front, oh, what would I call, like the front, let's say an eighth of my tongue off. That hurt like the worst, believe it or not. Out of everything that hurt, I mean, I felt like somebody had taken like a baseball bat to my body, but my tongue hurt the worst. But I was so upset about it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, now I got a crooked tongue," because it wasn't like a clean, it wasn't a clean like bite. It was a little jaggedy and stuff, and looked horrible. And but when I went to the doctor, when I went to the emergency room, he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It grows back." Okay, go ahead and nuke. And I'll be dang, y'all. Probably, it took about 6 months. It freaking grew back. So it grew back, it's still crooked at the tip. It's not like as nicely shaped at the tip as what it once was. It's a little lopsided, like one side's a little bit longer than the other, but still it grew back. It shocked me. And it got, that's kind of fast for growing back. Okay, Jandy, let me see you. But I think what took the longest to heal was probably I got my seatbelt gave me what do they call them? I think they call them eggs. It's like blood clots where your seatbelt sets. I got these like I don't. They're a little bit bigger than like regular size eggs, right? Than like chicken eggs. But I probably had like 8 or 9 of these eggs underneath my skin, and they were there for a long time, at least more than a year. I mean, they kept slowly going down, but that was a freaking mess. I learned a lot with that accident. And now, even still, now I do not take a chance jumping out in front of anybody. Because, like before, how it happened, it was kind of my own fault because I was on country roads. And in the country roads, you're not supposed to go over like 30, 35 miles an hour. I lived out there, and you're not supposed to be traveling fast on these roads. And it was kind of a curvy road, so you couldn't, if you were trying to turn, right or left, you really couldn't tell how fast somebody was coming because of the hills and the little valleys and the swerves and stuff, right? So I saw a truck coming. When I saw him, he was a good distance away, and so I went to pull out so I could get in my lane. And and before I knew it, I mean, I was still crossing, the street, and there he was, and we collided. He didn't get hurt at all because he had a huge cattle guard on the front of his truck because he was a farmer. But he didn't get in trouble, I don't think, for speeding either. He kind of should have, in my opinion, but he didn't. All right, I'm just pulling this down this side. I want a little bit more on this side here. So I'm just going to kind of keep pulling that over. Okay, that looks good. Now, same over here. Okay, nuke for 10 seconds. I know. I don't know how that tongue grew back either. I didn't know that happened. I just thought I was going to have a short tongue the rest of my life. Jandy doesn't get really French nails today. She's going to get some designs in chrome, which I have never done before. It's going to be a design I have not done before, but that I absolutely love. I think it's gorgeous. And then we're going to do a glitter press, I love glitter presses, so that'll be a lot of fun. What a horror. It was. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see you. Let's do your thumb. All right. Thumb is big, so I'm going to go ahead and just knock some of this product off here. Do our wet layer. The thumb looks a bit of a mess because we haven't shaped it or anything. But just ignore that part of it. But I do want to make sure I get all over this nail. Okay, thumb is the biggest finger, so I'm going to get the biggest dollop yet. So here's what it looks like. It's got a little string on it. That's okay. It'll meld into the brush here. Kicking off that bead. I'm going to get a bigger bead because I know we'll need it on the thumb. Okay, let's go up here. And you'll notice, a lot of people when they're using their builder gels or their gels and they're doing kind of this process, you'll notice that a lot of people, they don't file after this process, right? They just lay it down like as smooth as possible and that's how it gets left. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's kind of a preference. I've done it both ways and I just prefer to shape mine afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do. Even if it looked like it came out perfect, I'm still going to put my file on it somewhere, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay, I'm going to kick off a little bit more. And it also helps if you're not dealing with a huge chunk of gel at one time, it's going to make it a little bit easier on you too. So I feel like it's the same with acrylics. Unless you just really know how to work your acrylic bead or your gel bead like you've been doing it for, forever and you can work a big bead, I say stick to the smaller. And if you need to add more, add more. I think that was a big tip that helped me. I kept trying to do it kind of like what I was seeing, people do. And I was making an absolute mess. And then I realized, you know what? I'm going to be better off working with the small beads. I just feel like I can control it better. I want a tiny bit more in here at the back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my fine detailer, this one right here. I'm going to get a little bit, just a little bit of gel on it, like the littlest bit amount. And I want to go not all the way to that side, but just right above it. Okay, in the nuker, Jandy. Okay, while she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and wipe my brush off, get the gel out of there. I'm going to keep gel in it because I feel like it's nice to have it conditioned and it's ready. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the shape that I like it, which is kind of like this. And that's going to go up in my drawer where it can't get any dust or anything on it. I'm going to leave my little detailer brush out because we'll still probably use that. I can close up my gel. And Jandy's going to be in there for 60 seconds this time. When she comes out, I'm going to check her thumb just to make sure that she had her hand in there just right and that the thumb is fully cured because sometimes if they've got their hand kind of turned a slight way, sometimes that thumb doesn't want to cure all the way and that can be a pain. We don't want that to happen. All right, let me grab one more wet wipe again. While she's wrapping that up, she should have just a couple seconds left. All right. And she is ready. Let's check and see what we got going on here. I'm going to get my dust collector ready. Okay, that feels good. Feels good. Let me make sure. I need to add a little bit more product on this one, and I'm going to do it right now. Just a little bit more right at the front, because you know how her nails dip down. And when we were building it, we built it straight out from her finger, but there's still a little bit more that we can add. So let me just get a little bit more. And she'll go back in there. I'm just kind of coming straight down the center. Let's look at it sideways. Maybe a little bit more we can add. Get some more on my brush. I don't need a lot, but a little.
Bambi girl said hello.
Hey, Bambi girl. I'm going to go ahead and put the tiniest bit right in here. Okay, Jandy, if you'll nuke that again just for 60 seconds. And then we'll be good to go. While she's doing that, I'll show you guys what we're going to be using. So excited.
Bambi girl sent a star.
Thank you, Bambi girl. That's so sweet. All right, for our glitter press, guys, let me show you what we're going to be using. Are you ready? We're going to use a little bit of this, which has like all colors of the fairy world, right? This is by, this is not, is it Daily Charm? No, Creations. And it's Fairy Dust 06. We're going to use a little bit of this just to kind of get that holographic look because it's got so many different colors in it. So we'll use that. And then I'm also going to use from Gemini Cosmetics. This is their Starlight. And it looks like this. Let me show you. You can kind of see it a little bit on here. So it's just got flashes of silver. And then it looks like this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Milan. Isn't that gorgeous? That's going to be for our glitter press nail. And then for our chrome nail, let me show you the design that we're going to do that I've never done before. So this should be interesting. But let me show you. All right. Let me pull it up here. Okay, this is the design we're going to be doing on the other nails, but we're going to chrome them. So it'll be in silver chrome. But I think should be super duper pretty, right? Okay. She is out. Okay, let's see here. Let's get this tacky surface taken off. And I'm just using, again, just a baby wipe to take that off.
So that is stunning. What is it? From where?
This one is, I found the photo is from, let me pull it back up. It's from what is this? Let's see. Lajifa Studio. Am I saying that right? Lajifa Studio. She did a great job, didn't she? They're beautiful. And this is from Instagram. So pretty. I'm excited to try it. Okay, let me see where I left off here. This one's a little sticky. Let's get that off. This one we know is sticky for sure. For sure, for sure. Okay, now, what I like to do before I use my e-file, I'm going to back this up a little bit. Okay, before I use my e-file to shape the surface of the nail, I actually want to use, hang on here, let me clean my brush again. I actually want to use my file just to go around and kind of get our shape going, right? Because it's always a little bit easier for me to see what it's going to look like if I kind of get that shape started. All right. And let me see, what have you got on your other hand, Jandy, so I know what will kind of maybe look. Okay, so she's wearing this shape on this hand, so we'll do a similar shape as that one, okay? All right, let's start with the pinky. Let's get our little duster on. I'm going to make this straight, just completely 90-degree angle, straight. Same over here. Okay, let's do that on each of the nails. And I'm putting it right, kind of if you pull that skin back and you were just to line it up right up against that nail, that's where I'm putting it. And sometimes you'll have to pull the skin back. Like right now, Jandy's okay, her skin's out the way. Some people's won't be out the way too well, and you'll have to pull that back. I'm slipping off. Pull the skin back. All right. I need to lift my chair up here in a minute. Okay, let's get our shape. And I know I want a little bit more of a pointed tip, so I'm going to go right at the tip, start to point this in down the center. So if we pretend or not pretend, the center is here. So I'm going to file a little bit on this side at the tip, a little bit at this side on the tip. All right, I am going to Work my file kind of back this way. Work my file back this way. Okay. A little bit more. A little bit more. And if you just kind of rotate it, you shouldn't take it too far, right? You got to be kind of light-handed sometimes. Sometimes it calls for a heavier hand, but this one more of a light hand. Okay, it's looking pretty good. All right,
I was so excited I'm getting my nails done Thursday.
oh, good. All right, I'm going to come just straight out from the side, which we're almost there, and make it a little bit more straight. Lift it up just a hair. Okay. Let's take a look at this side. Let's lift it up just a hair. Okay. Okay, next one. Where's our center? Right here, right? So let's come in towards our center. Come in towards our center. Into the center, into the center. I'm going to round this just barely, and then I can start to work my way back. And if you notice, I'm not going past where her skin ends. I'm not going past there, so I'm just slowly working my way around. And then you just want to make sure that they look pretty even, right? From this angle, which we're looking good. And then I kind of like to look at both. Do the tips look, similar? They do. So I'm good with that. Because it's not going to be our final file. Okay, center. Into the center. Round it just a little bit, and then we can start coming up through here. Let's kind of compare, and keep in mind that the width of your finger is going to be different widths. So you'll want to keep that in mind. So if it doesn't look exact, like this finger just happens to be a lot skinnier through here than this one. Okay. So you'll want to keep that in mind. And I do actually need to get your under. You just want to come straight out. Get this side, Jandy. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Just straight out. Straight out. Okay. Find our center. And I just kind of visually find my center, but if you don't feel comfortable just visually eyeballing where that center is, you can always take, like a little marker and just mark where your center is. Okay? Because you're going to file that top anyway. So you'll be able to, that'll help you. And the marker won't stay there, of course. Okay, so I went about 4 times over here, so let me do that over here. There we go. Back over here. So you don't have to go exact, running your file exactly on both sides the same. But if I do a few over here, I want to do a few over here. And then that way I know it's not going to get out of hand. Right? Like really quick. I do want to bring this one in a wee bit more. And you may do this, like where you're like, I thought I had it narrow enough, but you know what? I can get it a little bit better. Kick off that little, okay, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and bring this a little bit more. I feel like shaping is such a big part of what's going to make your nails really look pretty. So don't ever take that for granted. If you're not good at it, just keep practicing, keep watching YouTube videos. If you find someone that explains it in a way that you feel like you're really catching on to what they're saying, stick with that person. And you could, if they don't show you enough, because I know a lot of people will make faster videos and they don't show you the whole process. And sometimes when you're trying to learn, it can be frustrating when you don't get to see the whole process. Just shoot them a little comment and ask them, can you show a little bit more of this, because I like how you're explaining it and I want to get better at it. Okay, I'm going to come in a little bit more, come in a little bit more, and a little bit more. Oh, let me get the underside in a minute. I should have got that already on this one because it was dipping down pretty good. Still a little bulkier over here. Sometimes what you've got on top can kind of throw you off, and I can tell on this nail, the product I have on top, it's a little heavier over here. That's going to throw my shape off if I try to get that shape perfect right now, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get this where I like it, and then where it looks pretty good, and then we're going to do the shaping on top. Like where it matches the other ones pretty well, and then we'll worry about getting it perfect. Okay, I like that. Let me see underneath. You know what? Honestly, it could come down just a little bit. We'll take care of it though with our file, with our bigger e-file. Okay, let me get her dusted off because she's getting a little dirty. Let's get her cleaned up so we can see better. I watch a ton of YouTube videos too, so if there's ever something that you're struggling with that maybe the way that I'm explaining it or showing you, you're not catching on, but you want some recommendations on who to watch, just let me know and I will steer you to who I like to watch, okay? Who covers like the whole process, because I that's, like I said, that's one of my favorite things is when they cover a lot of it. Okay, I'm gonna get my debulking e-file bit here. Turn my e-file on about 15,000 RPMs. And I'm going to start with her pinky. I like to get the back first. Hang on, my cord's wanting to be caught. Okay. Can you guys see okay? Or you need me to be closer? I like to come down my side second. Just kind of get it thin where it's around the skin. And then I want to get that shape in there. So I want to make sure that I've got room for my apex, right? Which is going to sit right here. It looks real nice, actually. So I just kind of want to smooth it out and bring it down just a hair because I really like the shape that it's got. Okay. Then I want to look down the barrel.
And Alyssa want to know what kind of bit that is.
Oh yeah, it's real nice. It's from Erica's ATA, and it's really nice. It's specifically made for gel. I think it's called the Gel X. I think it's actually called the Gel X nail bit, drill bit. But I love it. Works really, really well. I like the shape of it. And I'm just going real light because it's kind of a newer bit for me. Okay, I'm going to move on to my next one. So let's get around the skin. And the reason I like to keep this part really, really short around the skin is because when the nail starts to grow out, it'll just look flawless. So even if I'm going to do, whether I'm going to do a polish or nail art or whatever I'm going to do, I still like the nails to look beautiful underneath. If it looks a little thick, like this one's going to appear to be a little thick at the tip, but that's only because I want to get it from underneath a little bit more. I'm just going to keep my apex in there until I have the shape that we want. And I think I want to come down just a little bit more in through here. Okay. Then let's get this bulk. I call this the saddlebag area because I feel like that's kind of what it is. And then I'm just marrying it up with that top that we've already created, what we want our shape to look like. I'm just going to get anywhere that needs to be taken down on this side, the saddlebag area, and marry that up. Okay, till it looks real nice. And it makes, well, that's what when I talk about that barrel shape, that's what I mean. It makes this barrel shape, you know? That'll also give you strength in that nail. You know how like a Volkswagen Bug has the curved top? That's why. You can make it kind of funny shaped and everything because the way it's shaped on top is going to add its strength. All right, let's look at it from the side. Okay, here's our apex. I want to come down on this apex because we don't need it quite that thick. And then it's kind of thick on the front end here. Now let's just work on taking that down. And like I said, once I get that top, or the horizon is what I like to call it. Once I get this horizon looking like how I want it to look, then we'll flip it over and we're going to come and get the saddlebags. And mainly for this part, I'm always pretty much the whole time I'm looking down the barrel of the nail. So I'm looking at it like this. And I'm not applying any pressure, just letting that bit touch it. Okay, let's get this dust off and see. It's still a little fat in through here. I think I want to bring this down just a hair. Okay, I like that. Alrighty. So let's get this nice and low. Get by that skin. And you don't want to take your sidewalls in too much, just because you want it to have that strength, right? Oh, let me show you what it looks like over here. Okay, I can actually lift this up a tiny bit. There we go. We'll get it with our file here. Let me grab my file. Make this more straight. Okay. All right, let me look at it again sideways. Okay. I need to bring this down here because that hump is a little bit too much. I don't want to take the front down too much. And really, I'm kind of liking the way it's setting right now. Okay. We're not going to take too much of that apex at all. And now just coming in for the bags. Let's dust it off so we can see it real good. Marry those sides up with the top. Okay, that looks real good. Alrighty. Now the thumb. Let's get our sides. My sides, I'm pretty much just doing straight. I don't know if you can tell that or not. So when I do this part on my sides, I'm just making it straight. I know I took that file up against it in the beginning. I'm kind of doing the exact same thing, just making them straight. Okay, let's look at it sideways. All right, so that needs to come down just a hair. Be a little bit less in through here because I want the height to mainly be like right in here. And then we're not going to come down too much at the front. I'm going to lift it up instead from underneath. So it's going to look thick for a minute. Let's just make this straight though. Okay. All right, let's come down our sides. And I'm just kind of following that barrel shape. Okay. Let's get over here. So what I mean is, you know how we were coming completely straight over here at the side? Now I'm kind of starting to turn my bit here a little bit more angled. And then a little bit more angled so I can get the top, start to marry it at the top. And I know I'm going to have to do more filing on this one, so I don't want to take too much off with this bit. So I'm just going to get a little bit closer back here with the bit and take this down kind of lower. And then we'll do the rest with our file. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. Okay, let me grab another baby wipe. I'm telling you, the baby wipes come in handy. All right, let's get her cleaned up. We're not done filing yet, but we're kind of getting the most of it. Enough to where I can put this up and we can break out our actual file. We're going to get the underneath part at the very, very end, okay? All right, so let's get our file. Where did I put it? Okay, let's just get our shape exactly how we want it. I'm going to go ahead and bring this in just a hair more. Now I'm really focusing on, I want it to look like how we're going to end it, right? How we're going to be done filing and be happy with it. Okay, and I'm looking at it from this direction, but this isn't the only direction I'm going to look at it from. I'm going to twist her hand here in a minute, and we're going to look at it a couple different ways. Okay, I want to bring this in a hair more. So a hair more over here. Okay. Make sure the underneath, it's a little, let me show you what I'm looking at. Underneath, it could be lifted up a little bit more at the tip. So I'm going to go ahead and do that too. I'll do that kind of as I go here. This side's a little bit lower. I'm not doing that too much because I want to keep I don't want to completely flatten it or anything. This one looks really good. Let me compare it with this one. Yeah, just a little bit more in. And just as we start to get them looking perfect, odds are I'm going to turn her hand where it's going to be her view, and they're going to be a little not perfect, but we're going to fix it. But it always works out that way. Okay, I think that one looks pretty good. So let's look from her angle. I kind of like to look one at a time and then I'll compare them all. This one looks pretty good. I do want to just kind of fix this tip just a little bit. There we go. Okay, this one, pretty good. Again, though, I want to hit this tip. And you got to be real light-handed because you don't want to take too much off. That would upset me if I took too much off. I've done it 100 times, but I don't, it's not fun. Okay, this is, let me look at these two. Do you see where, okay, so I know I have to keep in mind that this finger is a lot wider than this one, but there's still a little bit of a bulge right in here. So I'm just going to kind of come in just like this and just right on top of here. And then if I need to get it a little tighter, I'll get it. Make sure we're keeping the point in the middle. And not totally pointy. I feel like it needs to swing a little bit more over here. Okay, I like that. Now I feel like this one needs a little bit right in through here. There we go. Curve it a little bit more. And I'm always kind of comparing them to each other as I go around, okay? That way you can make sure that they look like they belong in the same family. Which always bothers me about, those nails that people are doing, especially these days, where they'll have like several really long nails and then a couple really short ones. I don't know why, but it always bothers me because I look at it and I think, oh my gosh, they have their nail tore or whatever, their nail ripped off. But I know it's a look and it's very popular.
Maddie says, what glue works the best for Gel X?
I'll tell you what I use. So a Prey works super duper well. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, she's going to run to the bathroom real quick while we talk. A Prey works really, really well, but a lot of people are allergic to a Prey. Like I'm one of them. I'm allergic to a Prey. Let me show you the one I do use that I like that works super duper well and it's extremely affordable. Let's see. Find it. I think it's over here. Okay, I found it. All right, so I use this, I can't really say this very well, but Fazanist, okay? And it is builder gel and it's TPO free, HEMA free. You can get it on Amazon. Works very, very well. I've never had a problem with it lifting, and I think it's only like $6. So that's like a steal of a deal. Yeah, you can see the Apres. Let me show you. Let's see. This is my Apres. So it's about, don't quote me on this, but it's about $20, I would say. $20 a bottle. And that's what this looks. It's called Extend Gel. If you can read it, Extend Gel. But they're very, very similar. I mean, you can read the ingredients on both of them too. They're also extremely similar and they both work really, really well. So the odd thing is, I have not heard of a lot of people being allergic to that Fazanist, but I have the Apres. So I don't know what that is. I don't know why that would be. That's just what I know to be the case. Let me get Jandy back over here. Hold on, she's coming. She's going to get her mic back on. She's trying to hurry. Thank you so much for subbing, Mandy. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you have any questions, I'll give you my honest opinion, honestly. I will always give you my honest opinion, so I won't waste your time or your money. You know what I mean? Which I've done a lot of. I have wasted a lot of my money on some products that I either didn't like a whole lot or, didn't do what they said they were going to do. Especially the transfer foils, they always seem to have an issue. Okay, Jandy's trying to get the newly blind dog in the house. She let everybody out. She said she was going to go to the bathroom, but she fibbed. She did the bathroom and then she did a little more. Okay, here she comes. All right, hand. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do next, I know we did our e-file, but I'm going to go ahead and also run my file along the top of her nails. And I know I do a lot of filing, guys.
Did you show on the appraise?
Yes. Yep. We looked at the appraise and we looked at our finished.
Thank you for subbing.
Yes, I know. I appreciate it. We've been slowly growing over here, I tell you. But I'm excited. I'm excited when I look, and I don't look very often, like to see what my totals are or anything. But when I do, I always am surprised. Makes me very happy. Okay, I'm not taking a whole lot off the top because we already looked at the shape and everything, and we liked what we created with our e-file. Can you relax your hand? There you go. So I'm just kind of going over it and making sure it looks smooth. And if there's somewhere that I feel like needs to come down just a little bit so that way it looks very even on that surface, that's what I'm doing here. Like this part right in here could be a little bit better. Okay. I like for my shape to be crisp, so I'm just crisping it up. And I know I want to come in a little bit more over here. Look down my barrel. A little bit more here. And this is kind of your buffing process too. I'm using my file, but you can also just use your buffer. Okay, this is where you kind of got to be careful with her cuticle area when you're going real close to it. Okay. So again, we're not taking off a whole bunch. We're just kind of smoothing it out. And if somewhere looks a little bulky on the top, I'll get it. But otherwise, we're going to come up underneath. I think this is looking real good, though. Looking pretty smooth on top. What will happen if you don't get this part smooth, if you think you got it smooth and then you didn't, what will happen is when you go to if you're putting a polish on it, it's going to show up that you didn't get it smooth enough. And you kind of can't ignore it. You've got to fix it before your client leaves, because they're going to see it just as easily, as you see it. So there's no fooling them. Okay, let me get a little closer to the cuticle area. I want to get right in here. Okay, I like the way that looks. And I'm just lifting this gel up and making it smooth. Coming over that barrel, back by the cuticle. slow it down if you need to when you get around her skin. No one's ever like completely griped me out for like hitting their skin, but I've never hit it super hard, I don't think. I don't believe. If I did,
So
they didn't tell me.
Flooded though, am I wrong?
No, yeah, it's not. I promise. It's just we've got dust. We've got dust all over them right now. I'll show you a little bit better when we get.
No, she will not cut the cuticle.
Yeah, she doesn't like extensive. Well, nobody around here like that I do nails for. None of them like extensive cuticle work done. Everybody is very, very cuticle conscious, and yeah, they don't like it done. I do it on myself, maybe, mm, maybe once or twice a month, just because, you know, for pictures and stuff, because I know everybody likes like that super duper clean cuticle area, and I get it because I know it looks really pretty. But yeah, it's not a big thing here for most people, I would say. That's not to say it won't become a really big deal. It may.
Thanks for answering.
Yeah.
So that's why the cuticles just look different.
Yeah, I'll show you once I get this all cleaned off. Yeah, and that could be. I'm waiting to actually buff her skin. I wanted to get all the gel laid down first and then come back and get her skin, and that's going to remove some of that cuticle too. Anywhere that looks like it just needs to be a little sharper, I'm going to take care of it now. And just try to keep it on that free edge so I'm not cutting into her sidewalls or anything. Okay. And what I'll do, okay, that looks good. All right, let me show you what I will do before I do, before I get her skin. I'm going to go ahead and go back with like a little cuticle pusher. You can use your orange wood stick or whatever you want. I'm very, very lightly, I'm going to push on her cuticles. Not hard at all because I don't want to irritate them. I'm just going to make sure I've got that all pushed back because we're about to get it with our buffer. And I like to do this part now instead of at the beginning, because if you ever have a client that bleeds really easily or that creates a lot of oil on their skin, once you kind of get, or if they have like some, like my niece has a ton of cuticle, and if I do this in the beginning with her, just it becomes like an oily mess once I start working, removing her cuticles, and then you got to worry about your gel lifting. So, okay, let me get my bit so we can get her skin. And this way we make sure that everything was nice and dry when we did what we needed to do with our gel, with the bulk of our gel, I should say. And now if we get her, or if she starts to bleed or anything, it's just going to be kind of simple, right? And I'm just barely hitting her skin. And I'll zoom in closer, that way you can see, and you can see that it's not flooded too. She's got irritated thumbs on her skin right here. I don't want to aggravate them too much and cause like excess cuticle to start growing, because because now we've done too much and the body is like, oh my gosh, we have a wound here and we need to fix it. But I do want to clean it up. Just make it look a little bit softer. Okay. And then we'll look at this one. I'm going very, very light. I may actually turn my e-file up a bit just so that way I can go even lighter as far as touching her skin. Anywhere that looks dry, I want to hit. This would kind of be the extent of getting the cuticles as we would do. Other than I'll go around with my nippers at the very, after I finish this part and just get anything that's kind of hanging on. And I actually don't. A lot of people go in different directions. I do if I've got anybody that is doing like the Russian manicure, I'll go in different directions. Otherwise, I'm just going in one direction for this little kind of polish up, okay?
Tammy P said good afternoon.
Hey Tammy, how are you? How was your weekend? Did you have a good Mother's Day? I want to get this a little bit better right here.
Said you don't use a cuticle bit to open the cuticle pocket?
No, I don't. Unless I'm doing a detailed, if I'm doing a detailed, like kind of what they would call like a Russian manicure, no. My clients would have a fit if I did that. They would. I'm in the shot, right, Jandy? Or am I drifting out of the shot?
Yeah. Tammy said doing great. It was very nice. Yes, all the kids and grandkids came to visit.
Aw, that's sweet. I'm glad you had a good Mother's Day. Yeah, they actually would pay extra if we were gonna do anything more than what we're doing here. But I do, and I'm actually out of my I'm out of my little orange wood sticks. But what I want to do, let me clean this off and I'll show you what I would do as far as that skin goes. If there's any excess skin back there, we're going to nip it off because I can see a little bit of it now.
Mary sent sunshine and maybe just the sunshine.
Thank you for the sunshine, Mary.
Oh, Anna turned it up.
Ah, thank you. Turned it up. That made me laugh.
There's Brooke.
And we could use our cuticle bit. Let me see. If you wanted to use your cuticle bit to go back and get that, I'm not going to open up any pockets, but if you wanted to use your cuticle bit just to go around and kind of clip off that little bit, I'll do half and half so I can kind of show you guys the difference.
Chris said Ruth making very sad noises.
She is. Am I in the shot? Okay. All right, I'm going to go right up against that cuticle. I'm not applying any pressure because I do not want to remove my gel too bad, right? I'm going to get this little bit of skin right here. And sometimes you can go, this way against the skin, right? If you need to. I'm going to do 2 fingers this way, and then I'm going to switch it. No, I'll do 3 fingers with this because it's a little faster. And this way too, if you want to take the time to do this step, you can even get your gel, a little tighter back there at the back. And I'm just kind of butting it up against that cuticle, pushing the cuticle back. Okay, I'm going to switch to my little nippers and show you what that looks like. Okay. So I would just lift up that skin. I'm kind of further away than where I would like to be when I normally am working on a client, but I have to be this far away for the phone to fit up there. So, all right.
Tammy said it's a step I never forget.
Yes. And it's funny because some people don't have any. It always shocks me when I come across a client that like doesn't have any cuticle problems. They just always look perfect. Like you do the very first step and they look good. I want to get this underneath. One more time. Okay. All right, now we're going to get any bulk that's up underneath that nail. And you can use a couple different bits for this. I like to use my little cone bit, and I'll show you what that's going to look like. But you can definitely use a bit like this, like your cuticle bit. That would work. I'm going to use my cone bit because I feel like it works. It's kind of already in the shape of what you want that underneath to look like. All I want to do, make sure that I do is just kind of slant it. If I need to, like right here, I need to get, let me get her this way. Okay. So I can come down a little bit more in through here, but I really want the tip to be slender. So I'm kind of angling my e-file in a downward direction. And you're just going to work really slow. You don't want to take too much off and then you've done taken too much off. You know what I mean? But I really want the very tip and the sides to look slender. Like, oh, sorry. Like so. Where are you, camera? Like so. Okay. All right. Let's get this one. And you can pull the skin back right here if you need to. Jandy, tell me if it burns or anything, or if it starts to, not burns, if, if it starts to get hot. We want it to feel smooth underneath because we don't want her to feel something that isn't smooth and then she starts picking at it, or wants the nail off or anything. So I'm keeping that in mind too. Okay, looks good. Let's get this one. The other thing that you can do is if you feel like you're a little too close to the skin, you can get a little wooden stick and push that skin back. And then that way, you're not going to hit her skin. And you can kind of get it that way. Okay. We're going to be all right though. Because I'm not going very fast. And I'm just kind of dip diving, right? And I'm not taking it too thin on the, on the part that's closer to the skin. I'm not making that real thin. I'm just keeping that tip thin. Okay. Make sure that you have control over your e-file because sometimes it can get away from you. That's why I like going at a slower speed for this, because I have had it get away from me. And that is not fun for anybody. I'm going to pull her skin back. Pull her skin back. All right, we are about to start our nail art. Let's get her cleaned up one more time. Get her dusted off. I hear y'all. The dogs are already like, are y'all done yet? Are y'all not done yet? Okay, I want this a little bit better. A little bit better over here, right in here. Okay, I like that. I'll sit and look at it and find something to file. If you let me sit here long enough, I'll find something. Okay, how about we do our glitter press first? So let me grab, let's see, I'm going to grab a color that we can put on top here. 1 second. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I found one. Let me see what color this is. This is hydrangea. I think this is the one that we used on your other hand, Jandy. Yeah, okay, I like this one. This is hydrangea by Nail Thoughts. Really, really pretty color. Oh no, she got something on there. Okay, she got something on there. It's okay. Jandy got up for a second and messed them up. No. All right, so let's do first the ones that we're going to do our glitter press on. I'm going to back us up just a hair so that way you guys can see as we're going. Okay, we've got our Nail Thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and put a nice thin layer on this one, and you can see how well it matches. I'll hold up the other one here and show you guys. I'm going all the way over just to make sure I get that nail covered, but it doesn't need to be thick. Get it all the way at the back, not on the skin, but as close to the skin as you can get it. Smooth it out a little bit more, because we spent all that time filing and we want to make sure everything stays nice and smooth. Okay, stick that in there for just like 2 seconds, Jandy. Literally like 2 seconds. Okay, come back out. Okay, there. All right, I'm going to go in. You know what I think I'm going to go in with first? Let's do, wait, which one do I want to do first? Yeah, let's do this one first because it's got all that little sparkle color. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to put a ton of this, just a little bit of this one. Uh-oh, I got something going off. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me get my little brush. Where is my glitter brush? Here we go. Okay, I'm going to use a fan brush that I kind of cut up to make work. Yeah, let's use this first. Okay, I don't want a whole bunch of this. I just want a little bit. Can you guys see? Tell me if you need me to zoom in. I'll go a little bit further down here. Because I just want it to kind of say hello under there. Just barely, right? Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, then let's go in with our glitter, our silver glitter. So now we got some flashes of color, and now we're just going to go in with our silver glitter. This is going to go all over that nail. I want more right in here. Just kind of dust it out of her. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Okay, in the nuker, Jandy. Let me just give it a quick press. Okay, in the nuker for just like 15 seconds. I'm going to get this out the way. Okay, go ahead and come back out. You should be fine because you're going to go back in here in a second. All right, let's do this one. So we'll kind of skip the middle finger and we'll do this one. Isn't that easy though? It's like the quickest nail art, isn't it? Let me make sure I got all the way over here. Make sure it's looking smooth. Nuke for just like 2 seconds, Jandy. Okay, come on out. All right. And that 2 seconds is just kind of letting it cure a little bit so I don't mess up like how pretty it looks, how pretty and kind of laid down it is. Let's put a little bit more. And then I'm going to put more in this little corner over here.
Jesus, GPS sent 100.
Thank you so much, GPS. Gosh, I appreciate it. All right, and this is number, what was it numbered or was it just called? Oh, it's a number. So this was Creations Fairy Dust number 6, and it's beautiful, you guys. I hope you're able to see. Let me see if I can. It's so pretty. It's got flashes of pink and gold and silver and purple and green. It's real pretty. I don't see any blue in it, but those would be the colors I see flashing. Okay, now we go in with our silver. And I'm kind of putting a lot, right? And then I'm going to press it down. I want a little bit more over in there. And then I'm going to wipe. Okay, nuke. Nuke that puppy, Jandy. All right, the other nails we're going to draw. And you guys have already kind of seen our inspo here. Let me get this out the way so we don't get glitter on things that we don't want to put glitter on, which sounds ridiculous to me because I would have glitter on everything, but for the purposes of our nail art. All right, let me get our inspo pick out here. Okay. Okay, this is our nail inspo pick, except we're doing it in chrome, so it's going to be a little bit different for us. First thing I want to do whenever she comes out of this nuker, which she can go ahead and come out. There you are, Jandy. Okay, let me see your hand. First thing I want to do is on the fingers that we're going to do this on, we want the back to be matte for now while we do our nail art, so we don't get chrome on that part. So let me go ahead and make these matte.
Rick says glitter is everything.
I know, right? I feel the same way. I wish that they could do like glitter tattoos. Wouldn't that be cool? I would have it all over. I might be one of those people that you see like in the circus or whatever. In that case, I'd have it everywhere. Okay, get this all on here. Before I nuke it, I'm also going to put a top coat on the ones that we've done. And you know what? I see a little bitty dip right here at the tip. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Let me grab that. What was it called? Let me see. I'll see the dip. Fazanist. It's clear, but it's a little bit thicker, you know, than a top coat. So what I can do.
Rick says I've actually seen some, I guess, tattoos.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, don't tell me that. Right where it looks like it needs a little bit of fill in here.
It's obviously not real glitter, but it resembles it well.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to add this in here. Now, so we don't have to file it again, I just want to add it nicely. There you go, Jandy. Go ahead and go in the nuker. I didn't do her thumb yet because since we're going to have to rematte that pinky, I can do the thumb then. And she's only going to be in there for 30 seconds because we've got Madam Glam and it only takes 30 seconds, which I love. Okay. Oh my goodness. Am I setting myself up for a huge challenge or what? Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of a shadow color so we can mix it with our top coat, and then that way we can see where our drawing is as we're doing it. Because otherwise I fear it's going to be hard to see. Okay, I'm going to use this by, I know I'm going to say this wrong too. Is it Gao? Did I grab? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's a little bit, it looks black, right? But it's actually kind of a shadowy black. It's a jelly black. And you can take that and you can mix your top coat. So let me put some top coat down here next to it. And then when I draw with my shiny top coat, I can mix a little bit of that in so we can see what we're doing. Okay, Jandy, come on out. All right, let me go ahead and get that little bit of the pinky that we need to get, just right here at the tip, and then get her thumb. This will help that chrome not to stick on there where we don't want it. Okay, in the nuclear, Jandy, for 30 seconds, okay? Try to make sure your thumb is kind of pointed up towards some of that light. Okay, let's get our picture back. Let me get my little detail brush because we're going to need that. I think I want to use my longer one actually. Let's use my longer one. So let's see which one I want to use. I always leave a little, oh no, I almost messed my brush up. I always leave a little bit of gel, on my brushes to keep them moisturized. So if there is some color in there, I want to make sure I get it off. And I can also use my baby wipe for that too. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of this black. Where's my top coat at? Oh, there it is. I lost my top coat, y'all. Okay, I'm just going to mix some of this black over here with my top coat. So that way we can see what we're doing. Okay. All right. So mine's not going to be exact because I'm not as perfect as this girl did on these nails. I'm just not that good yet, right? So let me get a little bit more black in here. Oh, you guys can't see. Okay. Stir this up. Make sure I get it all over my brush, and then I'm going to roll my brush a little bit. I want a little darker. Okay, roll your brush, just so that way you don't end up with a huge dollop on there. And let's see, I'm going to do my little lines first. So let's see, let's do a little branch. Get some more here. Okay. Okay, there's a little branch, and now I want some little leaves coming out from this branch. And my leaves are going to kind of have dots first. Let me get where I can make bigger dots. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of round it off and pull it in slightly. Can you guys see pretty good? Make this a little bit bigger and pull it in. A little bit bigger, pull it in thin. Okay, and let's see. I need one more right up here.
Dave says we see good.
Okay, good. Thank you, Dave. I'm going to do one more little one here. Make it not perfect. I kind of feel like, for me, the less perfect I make it, I feel like it looks better for me. For my nail art, right? I like that. I kind of feel like I'm not going to put one there. Or do I need to? Maybe I do need to. kind of feel like I made it too big. Hold on. So this is what you do when you feel like you made it too big. You're just going to wipe it off with your towel, and we're going to start over. I'm going to do it a little bit thinner, a little bit smaller, okay? This happens all the time, though, so don't worry about it. That's how we learn. Okay, I'm going to make it smaller. Make our dot, and our dot, our dot, and our dot. Okay, I'm going to pull in, pull in, pull in, pull in, and I want more right here. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing it, so I don't like this over here. It ran together. So what are we going to do? We're going to fix it. But this is what I'm going to do. Before I fix it, I'm just going to I'm going to thin out this middle line just a little bit. You know what I should do? We're going to cure as we go. Watch this. So I'm going to get my little light, okay? So that way it doesn't run. Because I want it kind of nice and thin, right? Let me try my dots first. Ooh, that one dot is running already. It already ran too fast. Okay. How in the world? Okay. I'm going to make them tiny. Maybe I was making them too big. Tiny. I need to take some of that off. Tiny and tiny. Okay. Now I want to pull this in towards the center. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cure this real quick. Just a quick flash, that way it doesn't run anywhere while we're trying to do this. Okay. Then let's make our little line and a little higher. Okay. And then our little final. Of course, the dogs are like, can you hold me? Oh, is he not? What's the matter? Did Rascal get hurt? Oh, okay. Oh no, did Rascal get hurt? Okay. I'm not in love with it, right? But I'm okay with it. Okay, let's wipe off anywhere that's not matte so our chrome doesn't get stuck. Okay. Now let's go back towards the back. We're going to make a little bit bigger flower here. I think that for our first time, I don't think this is bad at all. Okay. And one right here. So a little dot. And then I'm going to pull down and into the side here. I'm going to turn your hand, Jandy. There you go. And let's pull these inwards. Okay, so that'll kind of be in the corner. Okay, turn your hand back over for me. All right, and then I want to do just some little leaves right here. Maybe they're kind of floating. We'll think of them that way. like that. And then just some little dots we want around. Okay, nuke. Well, that was our first one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm a long ways from here, but this is kind of how you learn to get there, right? I was kind of going off of this one a little bit. It'll still come out pretty because it's going to be chromed, so don't even worry about it. Next, I'm going to try this one. And I kind of like, you can kind of do it out, since I'm this is my first time ever doing anything like this. I am kind of following what theirs looks like, just so that way I have something to kind of teach me. I don't have a lot of different kinds of nail art brushes, so we kind of are working with what we're working with. Okay, Jandy, let me see you. Okay, she's getting some. Alrighty. So there's that one. Okay, no, I want your thumb. Let's do your thumb. Okay, I want to, let's see, from the back, we want a little dot. And then we want kind of a fan of dots. Like this. Okay, and then I want to pull in. Actually, I don't think I was supposed to connect it with that dot, but that's okay. I'll make another dot in the back. So I'll just go further back and make a dot like that, okay? And then there's kind of a curly Q. I'm going to turn your thumb this way. I want to nuke this here in a second, just so that way it doesn't go anywhere on me. I'm going to try to make this a little bit better of a shape. There we go. Okay, and then I want to kind of come up through here. Let's kind of create this like little S. Let me get it a better shape. If you don't like the way the shape is looking, what do? We just wipe it off. Oh no, I didn't cure the other well enough. Shoot. Okay. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to get my dotting tool. Let's see if that helps. Okay. All right. Wait, there's something on my dotting tool. Okay, here we go again, guys. Okay, we need the dot at the back. Oh wait, I'm not in the shot. Are you watching, Jandy? Making sure I get in the shot. Okay, Jandy's busy playing her game, she says. Okay, I want it to kind of curve down. Oh goodness, now the dog starts up. This has been like the story of my week, guys. Okay, I don't want to connect it. Let's bring this down. Okay. I'll move her finger so that way she doesn't start hurting. Okay, pop this bubble. Okay, let me cure this. Oh my goodness, these dogs. Okay, that's not going anywhere now. Okay, now what I want to do is make that S. And you know what? I want to make the S curve from this side, I think. Okay. I'm going to come down and go over here to this side. I kind of want this to be kind of sharp, so I'm just going to go like that. Cure that so I don't mess it up. Okay, then what is at the tip here? Let me see. Okay, they have dots and then just like some little lines. I'm not going to put mine at the tip. I think I might put some dots. Tiny dot. And tiny dot here. And let's do a couple dots here. Like that. And then they've got some lines. I'm just going to put one line just like that. How about, well, no, I think it needs one more. Like a little leaf. Let's do that. Okay, nuke. Just for like 10 seconds, Janda. You don't have to go in there long. Because you'll go, after we finish your pinky, you'll go in there longer. All right, let's see. What have they got for the pinky? They've got this for the pinky. Okay, I think we can do that. Let's see. This is their pinky right here. So we're going to see how close we can get to that, okay? All right, let me see you, Jandy. All right, so let me kick off this little, there's a hair on here. Okay. Let me get a little bit more top coat. Okay, I'm going to do my dotting first. Whoop. Okay. Let's see. So, kind of have a dot here. And a dot like right here. And those are the only dots that they really have on here. We might add more, but let's just go ahead and get that froze. Then they have got a big flower up here at the top. So let's do that. It's got pretty big leaves. Or not leaves, petals. Okay, and then let's pull this in. And pull this in here. I feel like it needs one more petal. They only have 3, but I'm going to do 4. And I think I want this a little further out, and I want it to come all the way to the center. I mean, all the way to the side. I like that. I need to take a class on making flowers. I feel like I do it. I feel like I do a lot of them, and I'm not great at them. Okay, then if I can squeeze it in here, here they have just kind of some little, I'm going to roll the tip of my brush so I can try to get it thinner. Just like some little lines. Like that. And then over here, I want to do 1, 2. I'm going to add more dots instead of stuff. Okay, in the nuker, Jandy, do 30 seconds? I think 30 should be enough because that's so tiny. We don't have a whole lot going on. Let's hope this comes out pretty, y'all. Keep your fingers crossed. Because if it doesn't, she's stuck with it. No. No, if it doesn't, guess what we'll be doing tomorrow? We'll be correcting it. Because tonight, we'll have to feed the dogs. and deal with the blind dog, the newly blind dog. Alrighty, let's see how we're doing. Did you go 30?
Yeah.
Okay, she went 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, now what I want to do, let's get these ones top coated because we forgot to top coat them. So that way we're all done with this one and we don't have to mess with those. I think one top coat will do us, but if we still feel anything, like as far as that glitter on top, she'll go twice. You just don't want your top coat running into your sidewalls or anything. If it looks like it's going to, which it does right here, clean that off before she goes in. Pull her skin back a little bit. There's a little bitty hair. There we go. I like to kind of get my tip real good. Okay, and the nuker. And you're going to go in the nuker for 60 seconds, Jandy, with that one. Or actually, you can do 30 because, do 30 because that'll dry it enough. And then we can work on the other ones. And then when you go in there the final time, then we'll be good. Okay, let me get my swipe again on my little pad. So that's all ready. Get my chrome ready because we're going to go in with chrome next. I'm going to do silver. I think that'll complement our glitter really, really well. And this is where you really find out how your nail art's going to look, right? Which, like I said, I have never taken a course on flowers or anything, guys. I just am learning as I go along. And I spend so much time watching YouTube tutorials on other things right now. I haven't turned all my attention towards this kind of work, like the scrolly, detailed work. But I love it. Okay, we're just focusing on the ones we need to apply the glitter to, giving them a really good wipe down. It'll help that chrome to stick. I'm going to go back to the pinky. We're going to dip in and dip on. Don't worry if it ends up all over the nail. We're going to wipe it off before we finish here. We just want to make sure it gets all over everywhere we want it to be for sure. Okay. And this one. I like using my finger because I just feel like it makes it shine a little bit better, guys. I don't know why, but that's how I feel about it. Okay. Now before she goes in to cure, I want to get a little bit of this off, just a little bit. So I'm going to take just a little brush. This one we used for our glitter, but it's okay. And I'm just going to kind of kick just a little bit of this off, okay? Not all of it yet, but just some of that loose. Okay, Jandy, in the nuker just for like 10 seconds if you would. And then to get that glitter or the chrome off of the rest of the nail that we don't want it to be sitting on, I like to use sponges. So I'm going to grab a couple of sponges. Let's grab these because I like using those. They're flat and easy to use. All right, come on out. All right, so now I'm going to go and kind of apply a little bit of pressure. And we're just going to wipe that chrome off. Okay. Okay. And this is where I'm kind of feeling like it's okay that we weren't perfect. It still really looks nice.
Yes, so beautiful.
Isn't it pretty? And see, I'm not the best artist. Okay. I'm going to get these top coated, and then she's going to go back in the nuker for a full 60 seconds. And we do want to top coat these twice, because anytime that you use the chrome, it likes to have some issues as far as it doesn't like the gel so much, and it will try to kick that top coat off. But if you put on 2 rounds, you should be good to go. Or you can use, you can buy a chrome top coat. That's another option.
It said you did great. It's so pretty.
Thank you. Aren't they gorgeous?
Jess said it looks like jewelry almost.
It does, doesn't it? I love it. And you just got to make sure with the top coat that it looks, once you get it on, that it looks even on the nail, because sometimes it doesn't like to fall in between where you've applied that chrome, and it can come out looking like maybe your nail is not even. You just kind of have to bring your brush in a different direction. But I think so far this is looking pretty good. Okay, in the nuker, Jandy, for a full 60 seconds. We're going to do 2 rounds of that top coat because, like I said, it will come back within a week. It would be off if we just did the 1 coat. And I've got another polish, not polish. I have got this chrome top coat. It's not perfect, but we'll go ahead and use that. It's not my favorite. I think it may. So this is by what does this say? Mini Moo, Mini Manny Moo, Magic Mirror. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's not my favorite. I'll say that. Once she does the full 60 seconds, we're going to put on this. She'll do another 60 seconds. And then we should be just about done. We just got to clean up her hands, apply some oil, maybe a little lotion. She'll probably do the lotion later because we're going to feed the dogs next and she's going to wash her hands anyway. So I'll make sure she puts her lotion on afterwards. Okay, let me see you, Jandy. There you go. All right. What are your favorite? Are your favorite is like if you had to pick a favorite, do you like the ones that we did the nail art on? Or do you like the ones that was more like the glittery chrome? Let me feel it. It needs another top coat too. So I can feel just like a little bit of glitter. So I'm going to go ahead and add another top coat layer. Because I know Jandy too, she can't stand it if she can feel anything sticking up on her nails. So that will drive her crazy and she would probably be picking at the glitter if she could feel it. Yeah, let me know if you have a favorite. Like if you like the glitter look or do you like the chrome look or do you just, they're both equal. I feel like they might be both equal to me. I don't think I could pick a favorite. I see a little bit of a dip where it didn't like settle in around that chrome. So I'm just going to fill it in with my top coat. It's like right in here. There we go. Got it. Okay, and the nuker, Jandy, for a full 60 seconds.
Melissa said, I feel like that gel is for before you apply chrome, not as an actual finishing top coat.
Oh, it could be either. Like if you're gonna apply this on, it's a top coat. See, it's just a top coat, and you can also use it as a base coat, but it's no wipe, which is perfect. You can use it just as your chrome top coat, and you don't have to use any other top coat. But you can also use it I'm just kind of showing you that you could do either. I prefer, because I don't like this product a whole lot, I prefer to do 2 coats of my soap gel wherever it went off to, my soap gel top coat. That's what I like to do personally. But it's still a top coat and a base coat, which I didn't even realize it was a base coat, but it is. Interesting.
Justine said that chrome design is so pretty. I
Oh
struggle
my
with
gosh.
acrylated chrome.
Thank you. I do too. This comes in so handy.
Britt loves them both equally.
Oh, thank you. Good.
P, I like them all.
Yeah, that looks real pretty. Okay, now what we're going to do, I want to go around with my file one more time because that's just how I am. I like to make sure my top coat didn't mess anything up and is attached to her skin. So I'm just kind of hitting right where the skin ends and that free nail begins, the free edge. And just make sure you don't have any top coat that's connected to her skin. Not because it's going to hurt her or anything like that. It's just going to be bothersome, I think. It always bothers me. Okay. All right, let's get her dusted off. I'm going to put on some oil here. Normally, after the oil gets rubbed in, I would use my lotion, but we're not going to do that today because she's going to wash her hands right afterwards. But I like them both too. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And you know what? I noticed this side is still a little bit longer underneath. I'm just going to quickly hit it. Normally, I don't see that. But if you do see it, fix it before your client walks out the door because you don't want to get a call midweek or a text message or something saying that they feel something and don't know what to do about it. So yeah, if you feel something too, same side's a little bit longer, so I got it. Okay.
Justine wants to see the puppies when you're done.
Yes, I will show you the puppies. I know they're so loud, right? I'll have to make a little video too of Rascal, our little sick guy. I've been meaning to do that anyway. It's just honestly, it's had me so tore up. It's hard dealing with, I think it'd be hard to deal with a blind dog anyway, but I feel like the fact that he just went blind kind of overnight, that made it a little bit harder. He's in the other room though. We put him in there just so that way he doesn't stumble around and run into anything. All right, let's look, Jandy.
That's too much.
All right, because that oil will kind of make our nail art not look so pretty, I'm just going to kind of wipe off just the nail art part. And I'll back us up too. That way you guys can see. Like as a whole, what it looks like. Is the table shaking? Am I shaking the foam, guys, making y'all sick? Okay, let's back up. Just a hair. Hold on, my fingers are greasy and it doesn't want to back it up. There we go. There we go. Aren't they pretty? Look how pretty our nail art came out, guys. I'm so surprised. But that goes to show you chrome goes a long way, right? It doesn't have to look perfect. Even though hopefully one of these days I'm going to be as perfect as that girl.
Britt says they're so pretty.
Thank you so much, Britt. I've got this little bitty bit right here. This is what I'm going to do, guys. Can you see that where it's kind of touching her skin just like a little bit? I'm going to take my little thin file here. I'm just going to hit at it and see if we can't just lay that one down. If you can't get it, because I might not be able to get it, we're going to find out here in a second. If you can't get it, I've got a bit that will do it. I got it. Okay. Now what I would do, if that happens and you had to get it, right? I would probably go ahead and tell her to wash her hands and then come back and I would do another layer of top coat just kind of in that area where you took that off at. Luckily, with Jandy being here, I can just tell her, let's go do what we have to do. She'll wash her hands anyway here in a second. We'll feed the dogs and then we can lay down another top coat. But yeah, they came out pretty, huh? I like them. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching with us tonight, for tuning in and being supportive. All the likes and the little gifts and stuff. I really appreciate it, guys. It goes a long way. All right. I hope that you have a wonderful evening.
Say the dogs.
Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let me show you. This one's right here by me. Okay. Let me get this. Okay, ready? I'm going to swing you around. Wait. Hi, Edith. Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, what? Okay, she had to give kisses. Yes, you're a good girl. Where's the Bella?
Get over here.
Jandy says, get over here, you loudmouth. Belle. There's the Bella. There's the Bella. Oh, boy. Yes, you're a very sweet girl. Yes, you are. And there's little Crawford. Crawford sits with Jandy while she gets her nails done. All right, guys. I will see you on Thursday, okay? Until then, have a good evening. And if you're a part of the VIP members, you've got a video coming tonight and a video coming on Thursday. So look forward to that. We'll have some fun, do some more glittery, fun nails. And I will catch you then. Bye, everybody.